Welcome to The Change Agent, sponsored by Beyond the Glare and Kalina Vision Professional Services, where we dive into the real-world challenges and strategies of leadership, team management, leading remote teams, project management, being an empathetic leader, technology, and more. So whether you're leading a new team or you're trying to energize an existing one, we've got the tips, insights, and stories to help you succeed as a leader and to inject value fast into your organization. So let's get started. Hey, welcome back and welcome to episode 10. I'm Eric, and today we are laying the foundation for anyone stepping into project management or leadership for the first time. This episode is going to prepare us for episode 11 coming up in the future, the textbook topics of project management. If you're new to this field or you're trying to sharpen your leadership skills, this episode is for you. We're going to talk about some of the core project management skills that you'll need to succeed without getting lost in all the details. That'll come later. So let's go ahead and begin. So at its heart, project management is about delivering results. It's about taking an idea, breaking it down into manageable parts called work packages, and making sure that those parts come together on time and within scope. Don't worry about terminology at this point. If you know it, great. If not, well, you'll get to know it. But this means balancing three key areas. People, your team, your stakeholders, and your customers. Managing a project means managing people, their expectations, and their contributions. Processes, how you can plan, execute, and control the work. Then technology and tools. These are all simple ideas of the systems that help us streamline communication, collaboration, and tracking all of our stuff along the project. Successful project managers aren't just good at making to-do lists. They know how to organize chaos, adapt to changes, keep moving. Everything goes in the right direction, even when they aren't going as planned. But to be a successful leader in management, especially project management, you have to have that leadership mindset. And this is exactly why the first 10 episodes of this channel are about that specifically, about the mindset of being a leader, what makes a leader, and so forth. So if you haven't listened to those first 10 episodes, rather the first 9, including this one, go back and listen to them. They're really good bits of information. I think each one lasts about 10 to 12 minutes, and you'll get a lot from them. So let's move into this leadership mindset. So project management, as we've stated, is not just about tasks. It's about leading. And the best leaders don't just direct people, they inspire them. A few of the key leadership qualities that are going to set you apart as a project manager are these 4. Clarity, empathy, decisiveness, and adaptability. Clarity. Make sure you're clear about the goals, the expectations, and the priorities. We have said this time and time again, ambiguity kills productivity. Empathy. Understand the pressures and the challenges that your team faces. Support them, and they'll support the project. Decisiveness. You won't always have perfect information to make decisions on. The best leaders make informed decisions and they stand by them. It is important to do your learning and to make sure you have all the information you possibly can, the most accurate information. But once you make a decision, stand by it. And if you make a bad decision, own it. Adaptability. No project goes as planned. You have to expect change and be ready to pivot. Our goal in project management is to reduce change. Not to say that we don't like it, but we want to try to keep it to a minimum if possible. If you're stepping into leadership, remember that people don't follow titles, they follow trust. We've talked about this before as well. Go back and find those podcasts. The key element of management and project management is the ability to communicate. I won't stomp this horse to death, but and that didn't sound too good. That didn't sound too good, but anyway, you know what I mean. Communication is huge. It's one of the biggest skills in project management. You have to have the ability to clearly convey information. You have to have the ability to listen because communication is two-way, and you have to set the right tone because if you don't, it will break the project. Good communication isn't about holding more meetings. We've talked about that too. It's about making sure that expectations are clear, that everyone knows their roles. We understand the risks. We are tracking them. We're putting them into a risk register, and that roadblocks are discovered early. So one simple tip is just to practice that closed loop communication. When you give an instruction or share information, ask them to repeat it back to you in their own words so that they clearly give you that feedback of how they interpreted what you said. It eliminates any assumptions, keeps everyone aligned, and makes sure things are rolling smoothly. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you're executing and following through. Planning is important, yes, but execution is where success happens. As a project manager or leader, you're going to want to keep these few things in mind. First, you're going to want to prioritize ruthlessly. You're going to want to make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be, but knowing that everything cannot be a priority. Focus on what moves the needle. Just don't think that, because Bob has a really good idea and you really like Bob, that his is a priority. And because you like Janet and hers is a really good idea, you want to make hers a priority. And before you know it, you've got more top level priorities than you have room for. So you're going to want to make sure that you understand that not everything can be a priority. Track the progress without micromanaging people. You can use all kinds of assets for that, whether they be digital or physical. You can use dashboards. You can use whiteboards, dry erase boards, check-ins, progress reports, daily stand-up meetings, Jira, whatever the tool is that you're going to use to track progress, you can do it to keep momentum going without overwhelming the team. You're going to want to hold people accountable because accountability isn't about blame. It's about clarity. Making sure that roles, deadlines, and responsibilities are understood and followed through. When you go through and hold people accountable for what they were supposed to do, you'll find that people will expect and know what they can expect from you. Your job is to make sure that the right work gets done at the right time by the right people on time. So if you're just getting started in project management or leadership, remember, it's not about having all the answers. It's about knowing how to find them, manage the process, keep people motivated, and knowing that you don't have to learn it all at once. This rolling wave planning or progressive learning, and we'll learn more about these concepts later, is a real thing in project management. Some people believe that you just have to run through this thing with the best that you can, all by yourself with no assets to help you, no support. That's not accurate. And some people also believe that you can't be a leader unless you know everything. And that is also incorrect. So remember, going through and learning is a really important concept that we've talked about in other podcasts as you prepare on your project management journey. In episode 11, coming up behind this one in a couple of weeks or whenever we get it out, we're going to start diving into a more structured project management concepts. This will be stuff that's aligned with agile methodologies, depending on which framework you're using, whether you're using Scrum or SAFe or whatever. And the Project Management Professionals book, the PMBOK Guide, the Book of Knowledge from PMI, Project Management Institute. If you haven't gotten those or you haven't looked at those are two really good starters to get off on your knowledge journey. And you'll find ways to discover. So in episode 11, we're going to be really hitting those topics. They're going to be drawn on those resources. So go ahead and taking a look at those types of things now will get you in the mindset for that. I do want to point out that episode 11 and those beyond are not intended to be PMP preparation courses, but really to help you understand the concepts of project management through those resources. And if you don't have the PMP certification, the CAMP, or the Agile methodology certifications, these topics and these podcasts are definitely going to help you. So that's a wrap for today. If you found today's episode helpful and insightful, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and make sure you please leave a review. If you'd like more information on how to engage with me directly, head over to kalinavision.com. That's spelled K-A-L-Y-N-A, N as in Nancy, -vision.com, and catch us on YouTube at Beyond the Glare to learn more and see how we can help you and your team remove obstacles and address challenges, enabling your team and organization to have excellent cohesion and to execute all things with perfection. Thanks for listening. I'm looking forward to seeing you in episode 11. Everyone take care and have a good one.